rather than what God said. And the reason for that is somewhere along the line, the world was successful in getting us to be or to remain mentally in a place of hopelessness. See, before we got saved, the book of Ephesians says we were in the world with no God and no hope. And now the world systematically goes about telling the children, when you can get something ingrained in a child, if they're young enough and you can get it ingrained in them, they'll believe it all of their lives. And they tell the children many different ways, don't get your hopes up. Don't get your hopes up. A hopeless generation. But see, if you had your hopes up, you'd start dreaming. You'd start imagining. Hope for that bike. I want that bike. Good. Get a picture of it. Put it on the refrigerator. That's what people in the know have their children do. And they take it all the way through life. Because as an adult, they'll take and get that picture of that house that they want, and they'll slap it on their refrigerator. Because they know something's happening. They don't know how necessarily it's happening, but they've learned that it works. And Satan has systematically got the church to believe you shouldn't do stuff like that. That's worldly. And the church, I don't want to be worldly. Everything in this world was made by Jesus and for Jesus and for his pleasure. And we've been made joint heirs with Jesus. So that means that now everything has been made for our pleasure. Everything. I don't want to be too worldly. Don't worry, you won't. You take that attitude that you won't do the things of God because the world doesn't, then you won't ever have to worry about being like them. You'll never get the nice house, the nice car, the nice clothes, the safe neighborhood. And you'll teach your children how to live just as poorly. These are not the things of the world. These are the things of God. Now let's read a little further here and go back to Romans chapter 1. We'll get a little further than we have past couple of weeks anyway. We're at verse 18. It says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men who hold the truth in unrighteousness." What are they holding in unrighteousness? The truth. There is a truth. And he is named Jesus. They're holding the Word of God, which is truth, in unrighteousness. They're using it in unrighteous ways. But you know what happens? The Word works. So even though they're unrighteous, it doesn't stop the Word from working. So they take the principles of God, they take the Word of God, live by the Word of God, and give no glory or credit to God. Excuse me. That's what it means to hold the truth in unrighteousness. I know God blessed me with this, and I'm going to tell you how I did it through my back-breaking effort. I studied day and night to get this. Now, you were blessed to God. That's why you got it. And if you're not blessed of God, you're not going to keep it. Just as quickly as you got it, you can lose it because you're operating in unrighteousness. And you have nothing to hold on to. When you start believing your own lie that you did it through your efforts, you did it because God set up a system and a process through which you could get things.